everyone, welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Coming up later in the show, Mount Pleasant and Washington are back in the same district, but first, today's top stories. A total of 61 independent filmmakers have submitted films to be exhibited at Farm to Film, Washington's first international film festival. Farm to Film will be held on May 20th and 21st of this year. Members of the F2F board each viewed one half of the entries and scored each one. The films will be shown at 5 venues: the Washington City Hall Council Chambers, Patricia's Room, Dudici Shop, the Washington Public Library, Art Domestique, and the State Theater, where local film historian Michael Zaz will kick off the festival with a presentation Saturday morning, May 20th. The mission of F2F is to engage and entertain audiences through film and to inspire thought-provoking conversations. Washington is the home of the historic State Theater, the longest continuously operated movie theater in the world. It is also home to film historian Michael Zaz, who is featured in the award-winning film preservation documentary Saving Brinton. Washington is also the home of the late Frank Brinton, who was one of the earliest exhibitors of motion pictures in the country. For more information about the festival, go to F2F's website at farmtofilmfest.org. The Mount Pleasant Chamber Alliance seeks vendors for the 2023 Crafts in the Park, August 31st to September 3rd. Crafters from all over will bring all kinds of wares to beautiful Central Park over Labor Day weekend. To find applications, pricing, rules, and regulations, visit mountpleasantiowa.org. Each vendor space is 20 by 20. Crafts in the Park attracts crafters, antique dealers, and repurposed and vintage items. For more information, you can contact Delaney Van Ness at 319-385-3101 or email delaney@mpiowa.org. Red Cedar Chamber Music Group will perform Physics, Art, and Music at Ainsworth Opera House on March 24th. The show will teach the audience about the engineering of instruments over time and showcase the oldest known written music alongside original arrangements inspired by famous paintings. The performance is called Music Through the Ages and takes the audience on a tour of approximately 2,000 years of music history with art and architecture relevant to each piece's time. Red Cedar's composer-in-residence, Michael Kimber, arranged the pieces for modern stringed instruments such as the violin and cello. The show will also come with a meal made up of historically accurate food from across the millennia of music featured, following the venue's tradition of themed dinners with performances. A group of women from the Professional Organization of Women Eastern Region, or POWER, are raising funds for the Mount Pleasant Community School District's 6 libraries by holding a reimagined story, book, ball, silent auction. POWER President Casey Conrad reached out to the school district superintendent John Hendrickson, who directed her to Lottie Schnicker, the school district's teacher librarian. Schnicker began to improve the libraries by removing all outdated information in the nonfiction sections and now needs help to replace them. The group aims to raise $3,500 and has already raised approximately $2,500 as of Saturday afternoon. The group's passion for literature was evident as they expressed excitement for the project, with each member sharing their favorite books. The silent auction items were showcased over the weekend, but bids and 50/50 raffles tickets will continue to be accepted until March 23rd. The group will announce the raffle and auction winners on March 23rd at 6 p.m. on Facebook Live. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have your 5-day forecast coming up. First, obituaries. Richard White of Rome passed away on March 17th at the age of 69. A celebration of life will be held at 10:30 a.m. March 25th at the First Baptist Church in Mount Pleasant. Murphy Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. John H. Ballo of Fairfax passed away on March 24th at the age of 75. A celebration of life will be held from 1 to 4 p.m. at Legos Acres in Kyoto. Jones and Eden Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Betty Jacqueline Keller of Fairfield passed away on March 17th at the age of 92. A visitation will be held from noon to 2 p.m. at Benner Funeral Home. Barbara A. Bartholomew of Washington passed away on March 17th at the age of 69. A private family service will be held at Elm Grove Cemetery. Jones and Eden Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Michael Eugene Jennings of Winfield passed away on March 11th at the age of 82. A service will be held at a later date. Lensine Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Susan Hack of Washington passed away on March 18th at the age of 79. A visitation will be held from 4 to 6 p.m. March 22nd at Jones and Eden Funeral Home. That was obituaries. It is now time for your 5-day forecast. The weather is decent right now with cloudy skies and a high of 48, but there is a chance we get some rain showers later. Tomorrow there is a 45% chance that the rain continues with a high of 52. The rain will stop on Thursday with skies remaining cloudy and the high being 50. On Friday the skies will begin to clear up and the high will be 51. The weather will continue to get better on Saturday. It will be 55 degrees and partly cloudy. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at sports. Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656. Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
The Iowa High School Athletic Associations released the new football district list for the 2023-24 seasons, and there are certainly some changes ahead of the new 2-year schedule. The most notable changes were revealed earlier this month as the Iowa High School Athletic Association's new classification system pushed Mount Pleasant back to Class 3A, along with rivals Fairfield and Washington. On Monday, a huge chunk of each team's schedule was made known as district assignments for all 7 football classes were revealed. In Class 3A, just 2 of the 3 Union area big schools are grouped together. Mount Pleasant and Washington will take part in Class 3A District 4, and Fairfield was pushed west to District 5. The Panthers and Demons are joined by Southeast Conference foes Fort Madison and Keokuk. Also joining District 4 is Davenport Assumption and Mount Vernon. Former Mount Pleasant standout Sam Beatty has joined elite company at Central College. The senior men's high jumper won the national title at the NCAA Division III Indoor Track and Field Championships on Saturday, March 11th. Beatty was one of the 2 competitors to clear the bar at 6 feet 9 inches after 8 athletes bowed out at the mark. Beatty and Samuel Hetrick of Penn State University Bernard both missed all 3 attempts at 6 foot 10 inches and a quarter, but Hendrick had one more miss at the lower bars than Beatty, giving him the victory by tiebreaker. That is the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your news break, and I will see you